focus on what is the Linux ME, how to connect with the Linux ME, and how to work on it, right? So, first of all, you just create a, you can say you just log in with your account. Please cross check it. This is my correct account or not? Yes. I'm at nearest region or not? Yes. Mumbai is the nearest region. And these are the AP South 1A, AP South 1B, AP South 1C are the availability zone. Once we are going to create anything, right, we are selecting the availability zone, right, and our data is replicated in all the availability zone. That's why we are saying AWS is highly available, right? Maybe in the interviewer you will get a question how we can say AWS is highly available and highly scalable. What is meant by available? Available means once due to any problem like as disaster, earthquake problem, or any problem, if you fail to access the data from one availability zone, automatically you will get the response from another availability zone because our data is going to replicate it in the different availability zone. That's why we are saying AWS is highly available. And what is meant by scalable? Scalable means suppose today you created the EC2 instance. And while creating the EC2 instance, if you just selected the one CPU having size is 30 GB, maybe, right, after few minutes, if you require a more spaces or more storage, what you will do? You will increase the space, you will increase the storage, right? Again, you want to increase the storage, you can easily increase the storage. But maybe in the next month, suppose due to a less project, right, what you are going to do, you are going to decrease the storage, right, just to avoid the charges, you are going to decrease the storage. That means we can easily scale up and easily scale down the resources. Got it? We can easily scale up or scale up down the resources. That's why we are saying ki Amazon is a highly scalable, right? So I just try to give one why what is meant by highly scalable and highly available. Again, there is one more concept called as auto scaling. In that, I will show you practically how you can say AWS is highly scalable and highly available, right? So what is your target? We are at our nearest region. We have selected AP South 1A, right? So what is the next target? Next target is if you want to work with the EC2 service, either you can go to the services and select the compute service. So if you just select the compute service, you will get a EC2 option. This is the first way. Second way is in the search box only, you can write down EC2. Here you will get option EC2. Otherwise, there is one more option, recently visited services. From here, you can select the EC2. Got it? So we have selected Elastic Compute Cloud. Once you select Elastic Compute Cloud, there are two places where we can create a EC2 instance. Either you can go with instances, which is a new, otherwise you can click on the instances running, right? So I'm just clicking on the instances, right? If you just close this tab, you will get all the instances. So currently in my account, there is one instance having name is 3, which is a stop, right? So hope so you got the idea what is the difference between stop and terminated, right? What is the difference between stop and terminated? Just see here. This instance is stop, means we are able to start this instance. Means just like as we shut down our laptop and after few hours again we are going to log in with our laptop. This is meant by stop. And what is meant by terminate? Terminate means we are just selling our laptop. Once we sold out our laptop, we will not use, we are not going to access our laptop. Similarly, once we terminate the instance, in the future, we are not going to use that instance. Got it? This is the difference between, you can say, stop and terminate. Now, what is our today's target? Today's target is very simple. To create a EC2 instance virtual machine or any specific server with consistent AMI, with consistent Linux AMI, right? So this is our target. So what you can do, you can click on the launch instance button. Perfect. So I have clicked on the launch instance button. You can give the name. So here I am giving the name Linux machine, right? Here I have given the name Linux machine. So see here. Here I want to tell you one more thing. Maybe in the company, you will get a question to create 100 server, to create a 50 server, to create a 20 server, right? So if you want to create a n number of server at a time, if you want to create server n number of server at a time, that is also possible. That is also possible. How to create a n number of server at a time, I will show you. Right. So what is the first option? First option is always we are giving the name and tags. Name means what will be the name for your machine. So I given the name Linux machine. Scroll down. Application and operating system images, which is also called as AMI, which is Amazon machine image. So in the last session, I have selected the Windows machine. Now I'm going to select the Amazon Linux machine, right? If you are selecting the Ubuntu machine and doing the same process, you are able to log in with Ubuntu also, right? The process of Linux and Ubuntu is same, right? So now I am selecting the Amazon Linux machine. So I have selected Amazon Linux ME. Scroll down. You know, our target is to select the free tier eligible. There are n number of free tier eligible images are available. So I am selecting this one. If you selected this one, see here, this is the Amazon Linux machine, right? And which is the ESSD machine, which is the ESSD machine. So which type of operating system you want? 64-bit. So we have selected this 64, right? That's why they are showing the architecture is 64-bit. So if you just scroll down, see here, there are different types of instances are available, like as nano family, micro family, small family, and large family. So these are the families, right? So all the large family are high performance computing power. All the high performance means all the large, you can say, instances having a high performance computing power, right? But here we have selecting, or we are selecting a micro family because this is a free tier eligible, right? This is a free tier eligible. So here we are getting one CPU. We have selected the T2 micro family, which is a free tier eligible, right? Now next thing is, how to select the key pair, right? How to select the key pair. So what you can do, either you can create a new key pair, otherwise from here you can select the existing key pair. I have multiple key pairs, but now again for your understanding purpose, I will create a new key pair. Just click on create new key pair, right? So I will give the Linux machine key. Will give the name Linux machine key. You can give any name, right? So the next thing is that you can download pm file and ppk file as per your use, right? So suppose we have selected the ppk file, just create a key here. It's downloaded successfully. Got it? So what is the next? The next one is, I will not suggest to go to the networking setting in the detail, because after 6 to 7 lectures, we are going to learn a virtual private cloud. It's how to create our own cloud, how to create our own private network, right? In which we are going to focus on the network setting. So each and everything, which is a by default one, right? Default things we are going to use. Just scroll down. See here, we got one CPU having a space is 8 GB, right? So in the free tier eligible, as I explained, key, this is called as a root volume. This is called as a root volume, as well as this is called as EBS also, elastic block of storage, right? Then just scroll down and click on the launch instance button, right? So for EC2 instance, just go to the back in the instances. See here, you can click on the refresh button. Yeah, our Linux machine got created successfully, right? So as a beginner, try to understand. I want to tell you one more thing. There is one important concept called as a security group, right? Machine. See here, I have just click on the Linux machine. There is one option called as security, right? Once you will create EC2 instance, always you need to check what security group you provided. So what you can do, you can click on the instance. There is option called as security. Before the security in the detail, you got the public IP, you got the private IP, as well as I explained, there is one elastic IP, but still we have not learned how to elastic IP, how we can assign the elastic IP. See here, our machine is running fine. So each and everything is perfect. If you click on the security button, just scroll down, right? There is one security group associated with your instance. Now, this security group is automatically created. Till now, I have created a launch wizard 0 to 29, sorry, 28 the groups. So automatically the security group got created having name is launch wizard 29, right? So what is your target? Your target is once you will create a EC2 instance, you first go to the security and click on the security group. See here, I have clicked on the security group. Now, first I will explain you the things in a simple way so you will get the clear idea. See here, let's assume this is our EC2 instance, right? This is our EC2 instance. So on the EC2 instance, try to understand, suppose I have hosted a Mintra website. In the future we are going to host the website, but now you just assume we have hosted one website, right? So what will happen? In the market there are n number of users. See here, these are the n number of users are available in the market. So what they will do, they will write a query on their browser. Planning ki if you just consider an example, this is our EC2 server, and suppose Mintra is our client, and they ask us, you please develop our website and launch our website on the server, so our clients, anybody can access our website from anywhere. Because in our website, on our website, there is a huge traffic, n number of people, means maybe a million, billions of people are daily accessing, searching the product, right? So you please host us, or we want to just go from on-premises to cloud, right? So what you will do in the first step, they will give the information we want Amazon AMI, sorry, we want Windows AMI, Linux AMI, or Ubuntu. Accordingly, in the first step, you created your EC2 instance. But what I explained, in the future, we are going to learn how to host their website. Now just assume you know how to host the website, and we hosted the website. But once you will host the website, you will give the URL to them. Maybe they will get the error, page not found error, or maybe different types of error. So I want to explain you why this type of error will come and how to resolve this error. Got it. So what is the problem? See here, these are the n number of users. They will write a query www.mintra.com on their web browser. Once they will write, the query will come to the EC2 server. So what is this? This is my EC2 server. Try to understand. EC2, or you can say server. So once the query will come to the server, right? Server will trying to give the response, and then customer will get a Mintra homepage. So what I want to explain you, there are two types of rules or two types of security. The first one, the traffic is coming towards the EC2 instance, right? And the traffic is going from the instance. Got it? Means for example, this user written www.mintra.com. The request will come towards the EC2 server. So this is called as inbound. In means it coming inside. So this is called as inbound. And the response is going from the EC2 server. This is called as outbound. So what I want to explain you, there are two types of rule, right? The first one is inbound and second one is outbound, right? So this is the inbound rule and this is the outbound rule. Means there are two types of traffic, inbound traffic and outbound traffic. Accordingly, we need to manage two types of rule. The first one is inbound and second one is outbound. Now, if you just see here, right? We click on the EC2 instances. We selected our EC2 instance. I click on the security. There was option called as security group. We click on the security group, and now we are at security group page. Right? See here. Scroll down. There is an inbound rule. There is an outbound rule. What I explained, what purpose you required inbound rule and what purpose you required the outbound rule. See, there is a no problem about the outbound. Why? Because if you are accepting the request, means definitely you need to give the response, right? So no need to think about outbound. In the future also, no one will ask you question on the outbound. Why? Because if you maintain the high-end security on the inbound, if you allowing the users, those who are trusted, those who are secure, then only these are going to come in the Mindra or the server. For them only we are going to give the response. So no one will ask you on the outbound. You will get the question while creating the EC2 instance, right? We are creating the security groups. Why security groups is required? So you can give the answer. Suppose we are working for any client and we want to host their website, their application on the EC2 server, right? Always we need to provide a two types of security. The first one is inbound, second one is outbound. That's why we are writing the rule called as inbound and outbound rule. Again, I am concluding, no need to worry about the outbound, because if we maintain the inbound security, means that if we return the rule that people only we are allowing on this EC2 instance, and if we are allowing that people or particular set of people, from them only we are going to give the response. So no need to think about the outbound rule, right? So what is the inbound rule? Now I will show you. Just go to the same dashboard. See here, this is the inbound rule. As I explained, Launch wizard 29 we have created. Scroll down. In the inbound rule, now only one by default rule is created. Only by default only one group is created, which is the SSH. Right? Don't worry what is SSH. What you can do, you can click on the edit inbound rule. You can click on the edit inbound rule. Perfect. See here, in the inbound, there are 4 to 5 things are important. The first one is security group rule ID. Don't think about it because we have created the EC2 instance. For that purpose, we created launch wizard 29 having ID is this one, right? Now the important thing is what is the type, what is the protocol, what is the port range, and what is the source. See here, we are creating, now be careful. We are creating the Linux machine. If we want to connect with a Linux machine, means if anybody is writing www.mintra.com, if you want to give a response to them, 101% we must need to add a SSH type. The protocol is TCP, port number is 22, right? In our inbound rule. If we have not added the SSH, the people will not able to access your website, right? Means Mintra's customer will not able to access their website. So SSH is compulsory if you are using the Linux or Ubuntu machine. Got it? Now the question is, see here, means if you are selecting the SSH, see here, if you selected the SSH, automatically it will take the protocol for SSH is TCP, the port range is 20, right? No need to select the port number and protocol differently. But if possible, try to remember what is the port number of SSH. Got it? Now these things. This is a very important, right? But these things I will not explain you in this session. We are going to learn this part in the VPC, virtual private cloud. But just for the basic understanding, I will explain you. This is called as classless inter-domain routing. See, CIDR. This is called as CIDR, classless inter-domain routing. For example, now this is my machine, right? If you are selecting a 0.0.0.0/0, right? Hope so you know what is the IP address, what is the subnet mask and all, right? So suppose the IP address is just like as 192.168.1.3, and the subnet mask is just like as 255.255.255.255, right? So we are going to learn this part in the detail, very detail in the virtual private cloud, but try to understand, right? So to get the means, for example, how many, if you created the EC2 instance, right? So how many IPs you will get for this EC2 instance, right? Just like suppose today you attach one internet cable to your machine, you will get one IP address, right? You just shut down your laptop, something happened, and again after few minutes, few hours, you connected one internet cable to your laptop. Maybe there is chances to get your IP changed, right? Why? Because the question is which CIDR block you are selecting, and on the basis of that CIDR block, how many IPs you will get, right? So these part in detail we are going to learn in the VPC. But today you just assume if you want to allow anybody from the world, right? Like as anybody in the world will write www.mintra.com. Anybody in the world write www.facebook.com, right? If you want to allow anybody from the world, then the CIDR is always 0.0.0.0/0, right? To understand, CIDR will tell you or explain you are allowing all the traffic. What the CIDR block will tell you, we are allowing all the traffic. So what you can do, you can go here, simplicity, just select 0.0.0.0/0. Once we are going to learn a VPC after 4, 5, 6 sessions, that time I will ask you the question, what is 0.0.0.0/0? And then I will explain you, then I will start to explain you the other CIDR things. So now you remember 0.0.0.0/0 means we are allowing all the traffic. Got it? Yes. First SSH rule we have added. If you want to add a more rule, you can go here. See here, SSH is just for to connect with the Linux machine, right? So there is, if you want to allow all the traffic, then there is one more, you can say a type called as all traffic, right? Always for the simplicity, you select all traffic. See, having protocol number is all, port number, port range is also all, and here also you can allow all the traffic, right? If you want to add a more rule, you can add one more rule called as HTTP. So why HTTP? See here, HTTP, there is a HTTP. See here, this is the HTTP. Why? Because if you are writing HTTP :/www.mintra.com, and few see HTTP, HTTP. Few will write HTTP://www.mintra.com, and few will write HTTPS. What is HTTP and HTTPS? HTTPS is a more secure. HTTP is a more secure. So few will write HTTPS, few will write HTTP. We need to allow both of them. So what you can do? Again, we can go to EC2 instance and I will allow both the type. First type is HTTP. Protocol is TCP. The port range of HTTP is 80 and I am allowing all of them, those who are going to write HTTP. Add rule. Maybe if you will write HTTP, yes. Maybe if you will write HTTP, yes. See here, I have added. Now the port range is 443 and the custom CIDR range is 0.0.0.0/0. Means we are allowing all of them, right? Please be remember, if it's a Linux machine, we are going to add this fourth. If it's a Windows machine, if you are not adding SSH, that is also okay. All traffic SDP and HTTP is sufficient. Got it? Yesterday we have not launched any application on the Windows machine. That's why I have not explained this part. But in the future we are going to launch something, right? Try to understand what is the inbound and outbound. In the inbound rule, these four things are minimum required on the EC2 instance. Having a ME is Linux, right? If you are not adding SSH on the Windows machine, only this thing, that is also sufficient for the Windows machine. Okay, just scroll down and click on the save rule, right? I have saved the rule successfully. I have saved the rule. Perfect. You just see now all the rules are added in my inbound rule. Got it. So don't worry about outbound, because if you just go on the outbound, see here, automatically it's taken the all traffic, because obviously the rules, or I can say we have written the rule for inbound. The traffic which are incoming, right? With the help of that outbound, we are going to give the response. Correct. So this is about the inbound and outbound. Now what you can do, you can go to our EC2 instances. In the EC2 instances, there is an option called as instances. See here, Linux machine is running successfully or running fine, having status check is 2 by 2, right? Always be remember, if here the option is initialize, right, then you are not able to connect with it. Always the status check is 2 by 2 fast. Now,